Assalamu alaikum students. I hope you're doing well. In this week, we're going to cover the rest part of the Indus Valley civilization. We have already done half part previous week, and today we're going to do the next part. The objectives for this lesson is we're going to recall the main points of the previous lesson, state the importance of seals in the Indus Valley civilization, list down all the possible reasons of decline of the Indus Valley civilization. The resources that we're going to use are the images, YouTube videos, and textbook page number 13 and 14. So whatever we are going to do today, you may find the content on page number 13 and 14 of your book. So let's go for the recap. In the previous week, we have read about the introduction of the Indus Valley civilization. We have read about the geographical description, and then the lifestyles of the Indus Valley people through the archaeological finds at the sites of the Mohenjo-daro and Harappa. Then we have read about the description of the major artifacts, especially the Great Bath, and we have read about a game like chess, and we have read about the agriculture. And the main point that we have covered in the previous week was about the city developers and the master urban planners, that their cities were well developed, and their cities were usually consist of dwelling areas, large buildings, as well as the Great Baths, and they had the proper drainage system. In this week, right now, we're going to do the seals of the Harappans and the end of the Indus Valley civilization. These are the seals. Now, the seals of the Harappans. The Indus Valley civilization sites had a similar culture and can be verified by the amazing uniformity of their measurement system. Whenever we have find any kind of artifacts from the Indus Valley civilization, after every excavation, we have came to know that there was some particular thing, that was the measurement system, that all the measurement was same throughout the Indus Valley civilization, throughout all the sites of the Indus Valley civilization, whether it was the Harappa, or it was the Mohenjo-daro, even the size of the brick was same. So we can see that there was a kind of uniformity of the measurement system. Secondly, Indus Valley civilization produced a lot of artifacts and art forms. Indus Valley art form emerged during the second half of the 3rd millennium. All right. So usually, if we go through the artifacts, we came to know that usually the leftovers would consist of arts. The thousands of seals has been discovered by the archaeologists from the Harappan site. Most of the seals were made of cetatite, which is a kind of a soft stone. It's a kind of a mold, or you can say it's a kind of Play-Doh, which can easily be molded or carved into some other shape. A few of them were also made of terracotta, gold, jade, chariot, ivory, and faience. The standard Harappan seal was square in shape with the 2 multiplied by 2 dimension. It is believed that the seals were used for commercial purposes. Now, the best thing about the seals were that they were of standard size. They were the size of 2 multiplied by 2, and it is believed that they have already used for the commercial purposes. They have been used for trading. They might have been used for art. They might have been used for worshipping. Well, all the seals have pictures of animals with something written in pictographic script, which is yet to be deciphered. So, so far, unlike the Mesopotamian civilization and Egyptian civilization, still we are unable to decipher or decode the language of Indus Valley people. Still, it's unknown to the people and the archaeologists and the historians of today. And if we just look closer to the seals, we come to know that mostly the seals were made up of representing some kind of tiger, elephant, bulls, bison, goats, and so on. Most of the seals have been written on both sides. Like on one side, there might be some pictures, and on the other side, if you just flip the seal, you might find some other pictures as well. So the both sides of the seals has been used. Here you can see that there is a seal and they try to decipher the seal. So you may find that they were uh, the seal depicts a human figure seated cross-legged. This is the human figure. Then the two antelopes are shown below the seat. An elephant and a tiger are depicted to the right side of the figure, while on the left a rhinoceros and a buffalo are seen. Here you can see the rhinoceros. The figures has a three-horned head. A few seals were additionally being found in gold and ivory. So if they have tried to decipher it, they have only able to find what was the figure, but they were not able to understand what the figure means. So there are a few seals over here which are still undeciphered, undecoded. The most intriguing of all undeciphered script in the world, the Indus script is made up of partially pictographic signs and various humans and animals motifs that includes a puzzling unicorn. These have been found inscribed on miniature Satytite seals, terracotta tablets, and occasionally on metal. Linguistic experts and scientists have been trying to decipher this challenging script for decades, as it could hold the key to the secret of this mysterious culture. And still, they were unable to decipher it. And still, the language of the Indus Valley civilization is a mystery. Well, if we just look closer, and so far, whatever they have tried to decipher or they have tried to understand, we came to know that we would come to know that there are few seals uh, which are consist of the bull. So the presence of the bull may tell us that maybe the Indus Valley people were agriculturists. Yes, we have already read about it that they were agriculturists. And secondly, they also believe that it might be a sign of their god. Similarly, the symbol of unicorn also be used for rich people. These seals are similar to those found in Sumer, and Sumer means Mesopotamian people, the Sumerians, and show that Sumerians traded with the Indus Valley people. Yes, this is a very interesting thing. Now we can find, as you already have already done the Mesopotamian civilization. So I think we can make a kind of the link of the Indus Valley civilization and the Mesopotamian civilization. The both of the civilization actually traded with each other, and they were holding the same seals. As Mesopotamia had the same seal as the Indus Valley people. Now there's an activity that you can do at home at your spare time, as you have plenty of time. Well, all you have to do is on the internet you may find plenty of Indus Valley civilization seals. I want you to study those seals and try to decipher it by yourself. Just write down what you think, what is the message that seals carry. So the next is about the Indus, the end of the Indus Valley civilization. We have read about the end of the Mesopotamian. We have read about the end of the Egyptians. Now is the time of the end of the Indus Valley civilization. Now every civilization ended with a different reason. So let's see what is the end of this civilization. Definite reason that led to the decline of the Indus Valley civilization is not known, as no reliable source of that period is available at present. Every conclusion regarding the decline is based upon speculation of historians. Though the reason for the decline is not known, but through excavation, it is clear that the fall of the Harappan civilization occurred between 1800 BC to 1700 BC. So one of the reason, if you just look closer, is the drought. Now, the drought is when the people, as they were living near the Indus Valley, they were started started off having a lake of water that caused a drought. Many scholars believe that the collapse of the Indus Valley civilization was caused by the climate change. Some experts believe that the drying of the river, which began around 1900 BCE, was the main cause of climate change, while others conclude that the Great Flood struck the area. Yeah, there were two kinds of reasons. One was that maybe the river it got dried, especially the rivers which were near that civilization, and maybe there was the flood that caused that reason. So the second point, as we have already discussed, was the flood. It is said that floods to Indus to River Indus was the reason of the decline of the Indus Valley civilization. Well, yeah, it is another disastrous change in the Harappan climate might have been the eastward moving monsoons or winds that bring heavy rains. Monsoons can be both helpful and harmful to a climate, depending on whether they support or destroy vegetation and agriculture. So maybe the excess rainfall caused the flooding and that destroyed the vegetation and agriculture. And the third reason is the invasion of Aryans. One theory suggested that a nomadic Indo-European tribe called the Aryans invaded and conquered the Indus Valley civilization, though more recent evidence tends to contradict this claim. Race elements of the Indus Valley civilization are found in later cultures, suggested the culture did not disappear suddenly due to an invasion. Because when they have done the excavation, they came to know that there wasn't any kind of artifacts, warlike artifacts, that showed that Indus Valley people were engaged in a kind of war. They or the battles. They were a very calm civilization. So one of the speculation was that maybe the Aryans had attacked the Indus Valley civilizations because Harappan and Indus Valley civilization came to an end, and on 1500 BCE, the marks of the beginning of the Aryans were visible. So that's how we came to know that how this civilization has been ended. Now let's go through the whole overview of the chapter number 3. The Indus Valley Civilization 3300 to 1300 BC, also known as the Harappan civilization, extended from the modern-day northeast Afghanistan to Pakistan and northwest India. So this area is actually covered by the Indus Valley civilization. Important innovation of this civilization includes standardized weights and measures and steel carvings and metallurgies with copper, bronze, lead, and tin. Little is understood about the Indus script, and as a result, little is known about the Indus Valley civilization's institutions and system of governance. Yes, the language was unknown. It wasn't. We still unsure about their proper system of government. So there were still many things which were mysteriously unknown to us, and the reason is that we were unable, or archaeologists or historians were unable to decipher the language, to decode, to translate the language, where the whole secret is hidden. The civilization likely ended due to climate change and migration. So the written assignment for this week is: what is the importance of the seal? Give 2 reasons for the picture of the bull found on the seal. How did archaeologists discover the uniformity of culture in the Indus Valley civilization sites? Why do you think did the Indus Valley civilization become extinct? Thank you so much.